You didn't come this far just to get this far. And that means to you, or what it should mean to you, is that what you did yesterday may not get you to where you want to go in the future. My name is Anthony Conklin. I'm a sales strategist and also a keynote motivational speaker. I've been in sales and technology for about 30 years. And what's gotten me here today is not what I did back in 1987 or even 1997. I've adjusted and adapted along the way. You know, if you go back to the 80s or the late 80s, early 90s, it was all about wining and dining customers and taking them out for meals and asking them, hey, so what keeps you up at night? What's your pain? And today's buyer is much more sophisticated. Buyers are millennials. They don't care about those old school questions that are just basically conversation killers rather than conversation starters. So what's going to get you to where you're going to go in the next 2, 3, 5, 10 years? It's not what you're doing today. You're going to have to adapt and change. And one of those things is bringing value to the table. Before you pick up the phone, before you send an email, before you have a conversation, before you send a text, think about what value you are sending to that end customer. Here's an example. In 2015, I wanted to meet and interview Tony Robbins, who's been a virtual mentor of mine for many years. And the first thing I thought of was, why would Tony want me to interview him? And I don't have a following. I had a very small loyal following, but why would he want to spend time with me? So what I did was I created a tweet, and you can find it up on YouTube. So if you do a search on Anthony Conklin, Tony Robbins interview, you can see the tweet I sent to him. So I made it short, sweet, and to the point. And I basically said this. I said, Tony, my name is Anthony Conklin. I can imagine how busy you must be. I would be forever grateful and appreciative if I could interview you on my show. And I said, before you say no, please consider a maybe. Now, let me give credit where credit's due. I basically took the value of me following him for 30 years. I also took some input from a book called The 4-Hour Workweek from Tim Ferriss. And I also got the term, before you say no, consider a maybe, from Grant Cardone. And I combined all those together and I sent it in a tweet. 15 minutes later, Tony Robbins responded back and said, I'll give you an interview. Now, I wouldn't have thought to do that years ago because maybe the platform wasn't available, or I just would have been emotional and said, please, let me interview you, please, please, please. So my message to you guys is, if you want to interview an influencer, if you want to get that job, start the career, launch that new product or service that you want, the first thing you need to do is, how am I going to add value to that particular person's life? Think of it this way. If I'm going to hit record and send a video to somebody, I need to get my message across in the first 15 seconds. Now, I know this video has been going on for almost 3 minutes, but I'm just trying to give you backstory and context. So let me end it with this, guys. First and foremost, what's got you here today is not going to get you to where you want to go, because you have to continually adapt and change. The one thing that hasn't changed is your ability to add massive value and be a value creator every single day. Why would someone want to sit down with you? Why would someone want to spend and invest time with you? Is because you know things that they don't know, and you can solve their problem and industry's problems. Have a great day. Live with passion. I'll see you guys real soon.